Good morning, Fitty.
Good morning, darling.
Look at
How are you?
You in your dress.
In a dress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Because,
how warm it
it's
is.
quite summery, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
So right now, inside, 26 and 20 outside. It's a cracking the flags kind of day.
And it is 10:15.
Yes. We're currently totally working on inverter and solar. Inverter's on. Mandy's enjoying her
Third coffee of the day. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Vanlife people.
Oh,
It's a real struggle.
absolutely. And in my defence, I went to an espresso tasting session thing, and they said that the darker roast that you have, the less caffeine's in it. So I'm actually having less caffeine because I like it so dark that it burns your tongue.
Dark like your soul.
Dark like my soul. I do normally say that. That's just saying it, isn't it? Yeah. So I need more coffee to get the same shot of like 1 week coffee's worth of caffeine.
Yeah.
It's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. And our host for last night was the Crooked Chimney.
And it's got a crooked chimney.
And it has got a crooked chimney. So yeah, I kind of decided that we're going to use pubs as two things. First of all, obviously, I'm hoping the car park's going to be empty because they're shut. Number two, we offer some sort of security, especially now we've got all CCTV around the van and everything. So we're offering a bit of security to the pub to make sure that if anything was to go on, you know, we'd be here to look after it. And we're recording every pub they're staying in to make sure we come back and repay them with our good old-fashioned camper van patronage, where we come in and have loads of food, loads of booze, and say, can we use your car park, please?
Yep, and we know that this is a vintage inns, is it?
Yeah, and they're
and
all right.
Not only do they do a wicked gammon,
Oh, yes.
they do a wicked ploughman's, they
Cider
have
as
asphalt
well.
cider
Yeah.
on tap, which is your fave, and they do San Miguel on tap, which is my fave.
Yep.
And we will make sure to come back and say thank you, because I am that cheeky. Hey, Coop. Like, he's sick of being on camera now.
Yeah,
'cause
get
I'm going.
I didn't agree to be filmed.
So yeah, I do. It would be so lovely
Yeah.
if the pub was open.
But we just thought we'd make sure that you know what our plan is now, because we're not staying where we have been staying, which is pre-approved like council car parks and stuff like that, because it just seems that the police just want to move us somewhere else. So we thought, well, this way we're kind of like looking after the pub and ultimately drawing a list of pub crawl in the future once we can.
Absolutely. And we are.
And who doesn't love a nice pub crawl?
Oh, there is that. There is that. It'd have to be small pub crawl. We'd have to eat more than we drink, just so we can actually still drive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's one pub a day, really, isn't it?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we're tucking ourselves out of the way as much as we can, and hopefully we'll manage to do a little bit of touring using these lovely country back road pubs, which are our favourites anyway.
Yep.
And then we'll do it backwards when it all opens and come down.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise. That with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about.
So got another one pan meal. We've not had this since we've been in Spain or Portugal, I don't think. So we are having actual leftover Spanish or Portuguese meatballs. They smell fine, it's alright, we're not going to die. And I'm going to chop up some smoky bacon, and we're going to have tomatoes, sweet corn, pepper, mushrooms and gnocchi all in one pan, and then at the end obviously I'm going to stir in some Greek yogurt to make it like a creamy sauce. And there's going to be so much food we're going to have to just roll off onto the floor and climb to bed as soon as we can. So I've got the meatballs sizzling away in there, and while they're sizzling away and cooking through just a little bit, I'm going to chop up some veggies. Now I've got a bit of colour on the meatballs. I'm going to pop it veggies in. Just like that. So as far as herbs are concerned on this, we're having garlic, basil, some powdered onions, oregano, paprika and salt and pepper. So I put the herbs and spices and stuff in there. I'll literally just sprinkle it on. It probably equates to a couple of teaspoons of each, I should think, in there. It smells wonderful now though, but I like putting the spices on before I put the sauce in, just so the mushrooms and everything will soak up a bit more of the flavours, and then it'll eke out into the sauce a bit. So tomato sauce is in, gnocchi's in. I've used half a packet of gnocchi for anyone that's, the average serving size they say should be 125 grams per person, so I popped half of the packet in there for us both, and it will pop up and be lots of food anyway. So I'll pop that in the fridge and save that for another day. And then once that actually starts to boil for a little bit, I'll give it 10 minutes or so. I'm going to cut up some bacon, and then once that's sliced, I'm going to pop it in with the sweet corn. So bacon in, the sweet corn in. I think we might be eating this for a few days, babe.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been happily bubbling away now for about 10 minutes. The sauce has reduced down to a nice bit thicker. So I am going to pop myself a big old spoonful of Greek yogurt in, just to make it like a creamy tomato sauce. And then I'm just going to let it sit and warm through for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to eat it. Can I eat now?
Yeah, go on then, looks lovely.
Oh yeah.
What a lovely spot this is. Let me spin you around and show you the views we've got from here. So in case you've not worked it out so far, we're at Southampton. That's the Spinnaker, is it called, or something like that? There's cruise ships that came in there yesterday. You got dockyards. Really nice area. Gosport. Obviously got the English Channel there, and over there, that landmass you can see over the other side of the water is the Isle of Wight. So it's a lovely place. So yeah, very happy with the spot we found ourselves tonight. Please don't think it's a downer. I know a lot of you have sort of said, oh, it's put you off van life. Please don't think that. I think summer's always quite difficult because there's more people around, less parking spaces, more dog walkers, you've got more daylight hours to be spotted, you know, less chance of a decent park up maybe. So I think that's all really we're suffering from right now. It's just the fact that it's summer, and it's that bit more tricky to find spaces, and everyone's around because, you know, there's still a lot of people furloughed, or sadly, you know, they're lost the job maybe or something, so they're walking the dog or something like that. But today's the 1st of June, so from today we can meet more people outside, and you can do a few more things. And apparently, you know, there's going to be some cafes open and stuff like that where we can go and get food outside and things. So, chance of meetups. Obviously, we met with Daz yesterday. That was one other person, so that was all right. And as you saw from the photos and everything like that, it was an open space, so not an issue with that either. Quite happy with our decision to start travelling and everything. I think it's worked out pretty good.
I mean, what I'm loving about now at the minute is we've got a van full of food. Yeah. The only reason you've had to get out of the van to do anything with people is to put fuel in.
Yeah.
And I'm taking Coop for walks, and I'm finding places where there are no people at all. So it doesn't actually matter. We could have been 2 minutes down the road from where we were, and we're still out the same amount. You know, there's no different. We're not getting in contact with more people or anything like that.
That's the big thing, isn't it? Is everyone's allowed out now almost, so we just want to make sure that we've still got a distance away from people and going to more open air spaces and stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah. Try to stay away from the crowds if we can. Because it is a funny old thing, unlimited travel. But, I mean, even that copper yesterday, the nice one, he turned around and said, living in a van's perfect though, isn't it, for isolation? I don't see what people's problem is.
Yeah.
And we're like,
yep.
Can we actually have that on camera, please?
Spinning around, can't let you go. I have stopped fighting, but you never know. How could someone like you be so alone? Can you give me a smile? I'll make it worthwhile and get you home. Somebody said you are the last one of a kind. If somebody got you bleed, it would be me 1,000 times. I didn't know you wanted me for all these years. Let's just stay up here. Let's just stay up here.
This is just the situation we find ourselves in all the time.
It's like, is that sign that specific for a reason? Is it no caravans and no buses, but everything else is okay?
Yeah.
Or do they think that just putting no caravans or buses between, so it's like nothing between a bus or a caravan,
Yeah.
and that
Because,
we're in there?
I mean, the normal signs are no overnight parking, or other signs are no habitation,
habitation.
we've seen, or no camping.
And
or
that's just a little bit further down the road was no camping and no habitation, no
Yeah.
overnight habitation. So
who knows?
who knows? We should have grabbed that lovely policeman who drove past a minute ago
Yeah.
and asked him.
Our little parking spot for the night, nestled amongst the trees on a fairly main road in Portsmouth. It's been alright though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been lovely. It's been nice having this here, and then the sea's just over there. So yeah, it's lovely. It'd be nice to get back and have a look at that D-Day museum.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a one to come back, explore more.
You'll have to do literally this whole trip again
Yeah,
to go say thank you to all the people in the pubs where
that we have
parked,
used. Yeah,
and to come and see the things that are also around here, because I
Yeah.
mean the area's nice enough, but yeah. Okay.
ooh, we're very excited. We ordered Uber Eats to the van.
It's like, oh my god, they deliver, and it's KFC.
Yeah.
Oh!
So this is where we parked up at the moment, and we thought we'd use Portsmouth as our "can we get food delivered to the van" test.
I mean, we know Dazzler's
So-
already done and dusted.
Yeah, Daz has done it, so we know it can be done, but we've never done it. So we're just tracking the car now to see where he is, and yeah,
He's coming in the top.
it's coming in the top. It's coming this way. Uber Eats to the van.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Uber Eats to the van. Hey. Oh, quick, come on, hungry.
Other chicken places are available. God, it's in. And it's right.
Yay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh yeah. This is a nice sight to see. Little car park. Public toilets. And an outside tap to get some water. Very kind of the council to do that. This is what we fill it with. A 23 litre jerry can. And those little pipes, like the old things that you put around the tap to do your hair in there. And then this is what we do for now. Just battery operated pump through there. I use the 2 boxes because this is rubbish at actually pushing the water upwards, but if you do it at the same level it works alright. There is a little 12 volt socket in there, by the looks of it. So when the shops open up again and things like that, I'm going to look for some way of getting a little 12 volt pump that I can just drop in, like a little submersible pump. I can just drop that in there, and then I don't have to worry about the batteries and all that kind of stuff then. But yeah, this is how we fill it with water, folks. Put water wherever we can, usually public toilets. So using that hose, fill it up, pump it in there, and then we filter what we're going to drink using the Berkey. Yeah, we did want to try and get to Stonehenge today, but it appears that it's all shut off.
Yes.
So we're a bit scuppered with our plans, unfortunately.
Yes, and every single road that was suitable for vans, which we've seen millions of people we know parking up, not millions of people, bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, a few people.
A few people we know parked up there. They are as closed can be.
Yes.
So yeah, not
giving
today,
up on that
Josephine.
one. We found a little bit of a field, walking Cooper in it. Quite nice, but I don't think it's going to be possible to stay here because the very next bit of land over to us says MOD land, keep out.
Yeah, no unauthorised parking. So we figured that we kind of plonked ourselves in the middle of a very lot of MOD houses and bits of land and things, which might not be the best place to stay.
Plus the fact that the data speed's rubbish here as well.
Well, there is that.
So one thing that we keep talking about is obviously park ups and stuff like that, and I keep forgetting to mention it, and that is the people who've written to us offering us land, driveways, farms, all that kind of stuff. Use
of water and toilet emptying at the very least.
And we just want to say how much that means to us. We really appreciate it, and should it ever come to a point where we find the park ups are either becoming a real issue, or our safety and security is becoming an issue, then we will get in touch with whoever's closest to where we are at that time who's made us an offer. But for now, we just wanted to say thanks very much for the offer.
Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful, blown away, because we're getting little snippets of stories and about what people are up to with each one, and it's been lovely reading all of the messages.
Yeah, like their motorhomes on order because they ordered it a week before lockdown, or it's in the garage or something. That's why they've got the space.
Parts are still mid-conversion.
Yeah.
And people that haven't even got motorhomes.
Yeah.
That just watch us because they like watching us, which that in itself is so lovely. So yeah, it's been so lovely getting all the emails in. So we just wanted to say a big old thank you.
Thank you very much.
Everybody. We've been trying to reply to people when we can.
Yeah.
But there are an awful lot.
Yeah, we're getting over 100, or I think it's 150-ish something messages a day still, and it's just really difficult just trying to get through them all. Obviously they've people building vans that are asking technical questions. It's people saying, I'm just about to buy this, is it the right product to use, and things like that. So I'm trying to answer as many as I can and get through it. But yeah, the people that have offered us the safe places, we wanted to give you a big shout out.
Shout out,
yeah.
A big thank you to all of you. That's wonderful.
Yes, should things change, like there's a second wave and lockdown happens again, like I say, we'll get in touch if we feel the need to, find somewhere safe or whatever. Then we'll get in touch wherever we are then with whoever's closest that wrote to us and that.
Yeah.
But thanks for your offers. It's very much appreciated, so thank you.
Yes.
Coop!
Oh, he's ignorant.
Here!
He is a rat bag. He just stands there and waits. His version of here.
Look at him. Huh. Where have you been, Tinker?
His version of here is waiting until we reach him.
Yeah, when you say Cooper here, it's like, I've got to stop then, have I?
Stop.
You're coming to me, okay.
Yeah, the little nana. As long as we've got somewhere we can take Coop out, then we're not bothered if it's a car park that we have to pay a couple of quid for.
Nah.
Or a nice little lay-by with a lovely view. Or...
Right now, I think I'd just settle for a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no boy races. And And no street sweepers at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that was unfortunate too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, nice clean streets of Portsmouth. Whoop.
Yeah. We are going to do a special video on, actually 2 special videos, once I can get Mandy to sit down long enough to make them. One is our celebration of 6 months living in the van. And the other one is why we went back to a coach-built van when we said in a previous video we were happy with the panel van. Because a lot of people have said to us, but you made a video called Goldilocks and the camper van decisions, saying that, you know, you've tried this one, like that. So I figured we need to make a bit of an update video on that, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have heard the main reason why we did it.
Yeah.
We've found a lot more since we've been living in it, mind.
But maybe we'll just tell people our reasonings for each point. It might help them out.
Yeah, if you ever stuck for a decision.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, there we go.
There you go.
Not to be outdone by the fact that we couldn't see the Stonehenge circles. We've come to see some more circles.
Found some different circles.
Yeah. Like to ground yourself.
Yeah, all the grounding in something that's supposedly mythical and magical, and I'm sure has some
Well, it's got some significance
earthing significance.
They built this for it, didn't they? So.
Yeah.
Have the stone circles impressed you?
I like the fact that they're all very irregular. It's not like everything's perfectly placed and stuff. It's just like there's 3 here and then a gap and then another one, and it just seems a bit. It's interesting because it's not all perfectly symmetrical and perpendicular. Yeah. So the other one was a ceremonial ring, so they had ceremonies in it, whereas this one is a burial mound.
Oh, so who was buried there then?
It just says it was a cemetery between 1800 and 1500 BC. So, on the road again. So last night we found a lovely lay-by. Lovely in the way that it was big and away from the road, but nothing pretty spectacular. So it was nice and level. So we closed all the blinds and settled ourselves down, played some top trumps, you know, like you do. And got to maybe about 10:30. And we sat there thinking, what's that smell? And it's like, ooh, it's really chemically, like proper getting up your nose kind of smell. So we closed all the vents and things because, I mean, it was a bit warm, but we closed them all because we thought, check the CCTV because my internal forever paranoia, you know, and make sure people aren't gassing us while we're sat in the van. So nobody was gassing us. That was all the good news there. But this smell just did not go away. We waited about another hour. So not quite an hour, maybe 45 minutes or so, and it was getting really strong, and we both sat there with headaches. So we thought, we've just got to go. So quick check for park for night, and found that there was one about 5 minutes away, just a normal car park, just tucked away in the back of a village. So we went, drove there, parked up, nice and level. It was free parking for 12 hours in every 24. You couldn't go back. But we figured that we're there at 11-ish, so we're going to be gone before 11 the next morning, so that's fine. So parked up, had a lovely night's kip. About 7:30 this morning, sheep barring away in the field next to us. It was lovely. Then, knock, 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 knock. Oh, bang, 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 I should say. And I opened the door in my pyjamas to a rather irate man, furiously smoking, telling me that we have to leave, even though he could see me in my pyjamas. And that was the first thing I said. I'm like, but I'm in my pyjamas. I don't care, you need to leave. Basically saying we shouldn't be there, which there was nothing. All the signs said that it was absolutely okay, and it was an established park for night one that's been used before. And he was just blowing off all this stuff. We should go home. I said we haven't got home. We should go elsewhere so we're not his problem. When I told him we didn't have a house and we lived in the van, he looked at me like I was a piece of dirt on his shoe. So it was just straight off the bat then I knew I was not going to get anywhere with him. Then he starts barking things saying that we're just getting in the way of everything, that he's got his life story. He's got a wife, he's got 2 kids, he's got 2 dogs that were barking, and one of his daughters has got diabetes, so she's in the incredibly vulnerable category. So personally, I was thinking, what the hell are you doing coming and knocking on some random van in a car park next door but one to your house if you've got a child that's shielding? It made no sense. So there was no getting around him. He was spitting fury. He was actually blowing cigarette smoke in my face, which was nice. So I shut the door and worked out that seems that the more affluent the area, the less kind, the more rude and less forgiving people are. So we'll try and avoid them, I think, from now. That wasn't one picked on purpose for being like that. It was just the closest park for night to where we were.
Live and learn, don't you?
Yep, live and learn, onwards and upwards and all that.
Oh, Cooper's enjoying the view. What do you like most, Coop? The reservoir or the van? Are you? Cheeky. Gonna go in? Come on then.
So,
oh, what a week.
What a week.
Loads of lovely travels, haven't we?
Oh, we have been driving everywhere. We have seen such lovely scenery.
Yeah.
Really nice, quiet places to park up a lot, and even just to grab some lunch and whatever. Nice places to take Coop out for a walk where there's been nobody. It's been been lovely.
You were saying yesterday it's a good job we like driving, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's very fortunate. We've done for our entire marriage or since we've known each other is drive places.
Yeah.
I mean it was one time we just like threw Jem at my mum, figuratively, of course. And then drove straight down to Folkestone, jumped on the Channel Tunnel, and then drove to Italy and went through Mont Blanc Tunnel, stayed there, went all the way through Monaco and to Nice, and then back up again, and did that in 3 days. So John's always been a bit
American trip as well. That was another one, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3,500 miles in 10 days. So yeah, we've always done it. And remember that time when we had to raid our penny jar when we were skint?
Oh yeah.
We were skint. I was about 8 months pregnant, and we were skint, and we just really fancied Dunkin' Donuts.
And there was only one.
And there was one at Piccadilly Circus in London,
Yeah.
and John had a company car
With the fuel card.
with a fuel card. So we just set off and went to London. And
From Manchester.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, from Manchester to London, and used
Dunkin' Donuts and
used
a
the
drink,
scraps that we had pennywise for 2 donuts, 1 drink, and some parking.
Yeah.
And then we were skint, and then we drove all the way back again. So always been a little bit crazy with the driving and stuff, but no, it's lovely doing that, and we had a lovely sleep last night.
Yeah.
A lovely sleep. Nice little bit of a lazy morning too, which was nice.
Yeah. And next week's going to be a little bit different, but you're going to find out that next week.
Yeah.
So
until then,
yeah, see you next week.
take care. Bye.
Bye.